Now, example 2. Find the square root of 14 minus 4 root 6. We have to use the method 1 trick method. Now, guys, don't forget that before you can use your trick, the question must be in the form of p plus 2 root q. Before you can use your trick, the question must be in the form of p plus 2 root q. But now, this question that we have here, it can be p plus 2 root q or p minus 2 root q. This question that we have here is actually in the form of p minus 4 root q. So this simply means that I have to find a way to firstly convert this form of 4 root 6 back to what? 2 root q. How am I going to do that? This is it. I will just say 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to 14 minus 2 times 2 root 6. Do you agree with me, guys? You know 2 times 2 is still 4, right? So that's that. So 2 times 2. So I will just take one of these two and convert it inside the square root. So what is, let me take these two. What is 2 square? 4. Then I'm going to put the 4 under the square root. Then this will now turn to 14 minus 2 root. What is 4 times 6? That is 24. That's as though. So this simply means that 14 minus 4 root 6 is the same as 14 minus 2 root 24. So therefore, guys, I'm going to use the trick to solve this. You know, whenever I'm using trick, I will just look for two numbers. Even if I multiply these two numbers together, I'm going to get the value under the square root. And if I add the two numbers together, I'm going to get this number, right? So therefore, which numbers do you think if I multiply them together, I'm going to get 24, and if I add them together, I'm going to get 14. That is what? 12 and 2. That is 12 and 2. So this simply means that 12 times 2 is 24. 12 plus 2 is 14. So therefore, I can then say that square root 14 minus 4 root 6 will be equals to root 12 minus root 2. Or root 2 minus root 12. So that is that about that, guys. Now, guys, I want to use the formula 1 to approach this question again. This same question, I want to use the formula 1 to approach it. What am I going to do? So, you know, they say I should look for the square root of this. I will just write square root 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to, now, you know, the answer for this square root will be something like root a minus root b. So, the reason why it will be root a minus root b is because here, what we have here is what? Minus. So I'm going to put minus there. If it was like the first question we did, which what is there was plus, what I should put here should be what? Plus. But that is that. Now, once I'm done that, guys, the next thing I'm not going to do now is that I'm going to square both sides. I'm going to get 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to square root a minus square root b all squared. I'm going to get square root a minus square root b all squared. So, guys, if I should do square root a minus square root b together, then I should be able to get an expression like, I'm going to get the expression to be a plus b minus 2 root ab. So if you do that, you're going to get that. So once you've done this, then we're going to say 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to a plus b minus 2 root ab. So after I've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to let 14 equals a plus b minus 4 root 6 equals minus 2 root ab. So guys, minus we cancel minus. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. This returns to 2 root 6 is equals to root ab. So once I've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to square both sides. Square both sides. Square both sides. So the square of 2 will be 4. The square root of root 6 will be 6. 4 times 6 is equals to square root of this will be what? AB. So therefore 24 is equals to AB. I will call this equation 2. I will call this equation 1. So I will then say that from equation 1, let A equals 14 minus B. So from equation 1, I'm going to bring this B to the other side. Then my A will be 14 minus B. So I will make A the solve of the formula. So after that, I will then say substitute A into 3. So I'm going to substitute the value I got for my A into equation 2 rather, into this equation 2. So if I'm doing that, this simply means that this expression will change to, is going to change to 24 is equals to, my A is 14 minus B, 14 minus B times B. That is 24 is equals to 14 times B, 14B minus B squared. Right? Bring this 24 to the other side. That is 0 is equals to 14B minus B squared minus 24. Then we can rearrange it as 14B minus B squared minus 24 is equals to 0. These are still the same thing. Then we can write it quadratically in quadratic form. Minus B squared plus 14B minus 24 is equals to 0. What is here is plus. That is why you just bring this minus B squared, plus is here, plus 14B minus 24. So we are going to solve quadratically. Solve quadratically. If you solve this quadratically, we are going to get our B to be 2, B to be 12. So this simply means that we got two values for B. The first one is 2, the second one is 12. So we then say that if A is equals to 14 minus B and B is equals to 2, this simply means that A will be equals to 12, because if B is 2, as we got it here, I will do 14 minus 2, A is 12. We also say if A is equals to 14 minus B and B is 12, then A will also be 2. So this simply means that we get two value for what? For A. So therefore, we can say that the square root of 14 minus 4 root 6 is root A 12 minus root B 2, or root 2 minus root 12. You see that the reason why we are having two values here is because, unlike addition, the value for root 12 minus root 2 is different from the value for root 2 minus root 12. So since what is there is minus, so we are going to, this simply means that we are going to get two values for this, root 12 minus root 2 or root 2 minus root 12. So that is that. So I can further simplify root 12. If I should simplify my root 12 into its basic form, then this will be 2 root 3 minus root 2. Root 2 minus 2 root 3. So that is the answer, guys. So that's how to approach this type of question. Now let us use the method 3, which is the formula method, to solve this question. So guys, we want to use the last method, the method 3, which is the formula method, to solve this. Since what is here is minus, so this will be the formula. Minus, minus. Then don't forget that for the formula, the question must always be in the form of P minus root Q. Right? So this means that we have to convert this question back to this form. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? We'll just say 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to 14 minus 4 times root 6. That's equals to 14 minus. So we are going to do it like this. We are firstly going to write it as 14 minus 4 root 6 as 14 minus 4 times root 6. We will then square this 4 and use that value to multiply what is under the roots. Now, if you do 4 squared, 4 squared is what? 16. Then what is 16 times 6? 16 times 6 is going to give us what? 96. So that will be 14 minus root 96. So once we've done this, this simply means that we can say that our A, is equals to 14 and our B is equals to 96. So the value we got here will be A, and the value that is equal to is what? Is 96. So therefore, we then say that square root 14 minus root 96. Don't forget that 14 minus 4 root 6 is same thing as 14 minus root 96. We now equals to square root. A is 14 plus square root 14 squared minus B is 96 over 2 minus square root 14 minus 14 squared minus 96 over 2. So once we've done this, so guys, 14 squared gives us 196. So this will be square root 14 plus root 14 square is 196. 196 minus 96 is 100. Root 100 over 2 minus 14 minus root 100 over 2. Guys, what is root 100? Root 100 is 10. What is 14 plus 10? 14 plus 10 is 24. 24 divided by 2, that is 12. So that will be equals to root 12 minus, what is 14? What is root 110? Now, what is 14 minus 10? That is what? 4. 4 divided by 2. Root 12 minus root 2. So the answer is this, or we say root 2 minus root 12. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. In our next tutorial video, we are going to be talking about polynomial. Thank you.